Oh my gosh. Did you watch that last video I posted? It was like when Dave was speaking, this was the side that was facing the camera. And then when I needed to like shut things down, get things, I noticed like at the last half where I was like, and enough of my childhood trauma. Not going into that right now. It was the left side, beautiful. And I realized that that video was me, how I changed from beautiful into get her done Dave. And so I want to share this experience with you. I want to show you how I become Dave, get her done Dave. I've got a couple of characters, as you've known. You've seen beautiful spirit woman who's inspired by my childhood heroes, Wonder Woman and rodeo princess. So, that's a big character, and she is very dreamy and wants to talk, very airy, right? And learns. That's the learning side. It's the sharing. It's the teaching side. And it's very developed in me. My feminine side is very developed in me, beautiful spirit woman. But I have this masculine side, Dave. Get her done, Dave. And Dave, hi, I'm Dave. I am here to ground, to get her done, to put the nails in the wall so that the shit can get hung up. I'm get her done, Dave, because I do the masculine side of things. I push into tight spaces, things where I don't feel comfortable, because there's not a lot of air for beautiful, but it's like, this is what we need to do. Actually, there's no choice right now. This is the path we walk. Whereas, beautiful wants to meander through the wildflowers, but I'm like, we got to get from point A to point B, and she doesn't always step aside so easily until things are really uncomfortable. So things are really uncomfortable right now. And from that last video, if you didn't see it, go back and watch it. But it's just me sharing how I feel just before basically sharing this video of what my offering is and who I really am. And so sharing how I become Dave. I was watching that video again and I could see where I was splitting off. Beautiful just felt uncomfortable because she's giving up control. She is resistant to showing up because of being called a show off or, being thought of as a big shot. So in Beautiful's childhood, her loving mother cheered for the underdog. So leaving Beautiful, the only way to get, this is how little kids' brains work, to get the love and approval of the mother was to be an underdog, right? So I, Dave, helped bring us through the rest of the underdog story, this hero's journey, the underdog that wins in the end. This is me, and I'm the guy who does it, because Beautiful is just, she's still got so much of that childhood, and I have the adult parent who's like, no, we need to keep going to get done. And I notice this on hikes and things like that are true for me, where I need to balance my masculine and feminine a little more rather than just being in the feminine. So for me, the way I choose to move through this world is in full character. And I noticed before this, I said this was my magic shirt. And maybe this is where I transition, is through this shirt and become Dave. Some of you have met Dave. Dave is, we started growing our mustache in November 2024 and having this journey of get her done Dave. The story for Dave is that it was Halloween 2024 and I decided I'm gonna talk and put on my makeup. Get her done. I dressed up as the principal's husband. At the time, I did not know his name was Dave. The masculine here has always been a Dave. Maybe it comes from Davis kind of thing, but regardless, I've always been Dave, the inner masculine feeling. Like that's when I'd identify as that. That's how this would feel. And this isn't drag. So I decided to dress up as the principal's husband. And that was funny enough, right? Because I walked up to her and she goes, "Ha, you look like my husband." And I was like, oh, good. She really got it. You know, the gray beard, just the way. Anyway, what also was really amazing to me as a creative is sitting in the lunchroom, eating lunch with everybody and talking to a few people. But then running into coworkers who saw me later, who were like, "Oh my God, it's you? I saw you at the table and I thought, who's the new guy down there at the end?" And that sounded really fun. That sounded like I could become a whole nother character and be visible or invisible, because beautiful scene, right? Everybody goes, "I saw you at the dog park," or "I saw you at the grocery store," or "I saw you," because she rolls with a lot of identity, and I needed an identity where I could just be a regular guy. My masculine is just a regular guy. I'm just a regular guy, Dave. I am Get Her Done, Dave. You know, and so allowing both of these parts of myself to be expressed. That might be a little dark. It's always a little shocking when I start this. So that was Halloween. And then I did it for the whole month of November because I was growing up my mustache, Movember, honoring the masculine in me that I need to express. So this was just before moving as well, right? So just before I needed to move, Beautiful had not gotten help to help us move. She hadn't finished packing. There was lots that still needed to be done. And she was frozen in a state of freeze where all she could do was work. And then came home too tired. This tired story has been running. And it was time to move. We had the truck booked. So as I was completing my day as Dave Kowinski, as I was posting about my day and how much fun I had, the light on the camera was the crystal rainbow beings. That's all I can say. Identified themselves as the crystal rainbow beings. Right here, channeling in. And they said, "We need you to explore gender fluidity." I want to explore gender fluidity. Part of my mission in helping others is to explore creative ways to address my parts of myself, but also to support other gender fluid people to show up in your weird, show up in your uncomfortable, worried that people are gonna do something. Don't get stuck there. In my experience, because I didn't have time to set any intention for harm, no harm has come to me. I had a really great, smooth transition. It was easy to find gender neutral bathrooms at work. I'm a teacher, So there's a great union, you know, it's forward. It's not like some of these other jobs that I'm hearing about out there. I'm very grateful that we're able to present this way at work. What a huge gift. So thank you to all my supporters there. So, Get Her Done Dave came, got us moved, and the world, even the class, treated me different as a masculine than as a feminine. Fewer arguments than Beautiful did. The little energy sucking things didn't seem to happen as frequently to me. Like, I was there for Beautiful as well, so I can really have this evaluation between the two. See, now I see Dave. Hey, I see myself. It takes getting a little of it on. Like, I know I'm always there, but it's nice when I'm not sure I'm loving my beard today. It's different every time, as you know. Facial hair is one of the fun things. You know, men don't always change their hairstyles as frequently, maybe as women do. Maybe they do. I don't know. I haven't. She decides on the hair. We've talked about that. Like, always kind of like guys with long hair though too. So I'm what she likes. I'm what she likes. Beautiful thinks I'm hot. I think she's the most beautiful girl in the world. I feel so lucky to be with her. And that's a really playful way to love yourself, isn't it? You know, and my friend and full goddess, Sharma Ray, does a lot of journeying with her inner lover. And so I've learned from her to play a little bit with that energy too. How do I love myself? With my inner lover, it's been 4 years single, so letting go of that also allows me, Dave, to take up a little more space, because there might have been a little bit of worry that he might not find Dave as attractive as I do. Or, you know what I'm saying, find me as attractive as she does. He's got any homophobia. I don't know, it's a story I was making up. Anyway, I'm here without any stories. I'm just showing you how I come in. We get really uncomfortable as Beautiful. We're going to work on that. I think I'm going to be around a little bit more. You know, I can't be one of these camp guys that comes and goes. I need to have sort of some daily time with you, with Beautiful, with myself. You know, whether that's putting on a different sweatshirt when I get home to do the masculine tasks. You know, it's not just taking out the garbage, but there's a lot of not airy thinking tasks that need to get done. And Beautiful has left them for me. So, all right, I think that's the makeup. Hard candy. I don't know, just cheap stuff from Shoppers Drug Mart. It's a little bit of a work through to think about the fact that I wear more makeup and take more time than she does to get ready in the mornings. Because we have this thing where, hang on, I'm not actually brushing my eyebrows. I'm unbrushing them because it's one of the fun characteristics of being an older guy is you have these crazy eyebrows. Crazy eyebrows. Okay. You guys still with me? This is where I should pause it. So this is why I became Dave. Well, we got us moved and into the cabin, and then I spent the next month presenting and helping, going to work and getting us unpacked and changing the addresses and all those things that have to happen when you move, you know. And they're extras and they're energy, but I gotta do them. So and I learned a lot. So there's a book called 30 Days of Dave to be written, sharing what I learned, you know, being a part of the classroom and getting my picture taken as the teacher for the yearbook was really great. I was glad to be represented in a big way, because the kids would ask for me to come by. Hang on, let's see if there's, oh no, a hair elastic. Anyway, and so just being able to teach gender fluidity, how, you know, giving an experience with it, I guess, and sharing my experience and talking to them about the things that happen, and going into a class and having students say, "Why do you have a mustache?" Being able to say, this is when they ask beautiful why she has a mustache. She says, "Well, some women have mustaches, because this is my real mustache. I grew up pretty good. This is my favorite part. I still struggle with some beard hair. Like, I probably would have a full beard, but beautiful prefers not this time. But the hair growing in causes irritation. So I've been picking my face, picking on myself for not doing these things that I want to do. Beautiful has been picking on herself and not calling me forward to get it done. These posters I want to make with my offerings on them and putting out, I didn't know this video was coming. So I am the masculine side of beautiful spirit woman, an energy healer who helps creatively and energetically and with magic. She can call in energies of knowing, sort of psychic, or channeling into extrasensory gifts. You know, she's a superhero, and her superpower is creativity and showing up creatively, being able to see into the future, the past, multidimensionally. She can see in the invisible. So using those gifts, we're offering together, because I'm there too, to offer sessions, healing sessions, to be able to break through the blocks so that you can express yourself in the best way possible. So, I've had to work through coming out online and being the spokesperson for us. You see, I want her to do most of the talking, but obviously I do know that I am here as the part of beautiful that wasn't wounded as a child. So I don't have the masculine side doesn't worry as much about what other people think. Whereas the feminine side are like, "Do you like this?" We think about what each other thinks, we want that input and that weaving together. But as a masculine, I want to know how it's going to get done, and get it done kind of quick, and to go straight forward. Men are penetrating. We are the forward momentum, the push into the unknown. That's where we want to go. So, we're here together for this offering. And if anybody just wants to, reach out, ask any questions down below. We're going to start offering these transmissions I have things to say, and if Beautiful's not going to say them, I'm gonna come on and say some of these things. So it's time for me to go change my shirt and come back and do the next thing that I'm inspired to do, which is make our offering outline. So if you love somebody, tell them, I think is what we say at the end of these. At Beautiful Spirit Woman, Instagram, Facebook, reach out at beautifulspiritwoman@gmail.com, BEYOUTIFUL. Love to hear from you, and yeah, back on soon.